best, so let's go.
Cheers, everyone. Welcome to Texas on Tap. I'm Miss Helen. Hello, and welcome to producer Kyle.
Cheers.
So,
Hi.
wow, cheers. Great music to talk about this week. It
Yep.
was like, yeah, good listening on all six of these that we're
hmm
going to discuss today.
Yeah, I had to do a little digging, a little bit more than usual. And it's funny because I've gotten used to Smith Music sending over some select tunes every week, and I usually will go through and listen to all of them really well. And I had a hard time narrowing them all down, but we're here now.
I know I had the same thing. I still have two or three that was like, but I'm happy with what I have going on here.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so let me talk about the radio releases that I have for this week. Let's talk about our friend Dusty Moats. He has something a little bit different out to radio. It's called Lost Highway. So interesting backstory on this song. This was actually a song that was written and recorded way back in 1998 by a band out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And then
Mm,
fast forward to now 2020, well, 2022, Dusty got a hold of it. Did some work with some great musicians, went into the studio at Rosewood and kind of did some different collaborating, brought in some different voices. And so thus we have Lost Highway. It's out to radio. And I know that it's already hit streaming also. So you might want to check that out, or it's a must. Dusty Moats
yeah.
Lost Highway. It's just
Yep.
kind of a more of a rocky kind
Oh,
of
rock and
sound
roll. Yeah.
than we've seen from Dusty, and he's kind of doing that with a few songs, but he's always busy, always in the studio, always working radio, doing everything. So Dusty Moats Lost Highway, that's out to radio. Our friend Palmer Anthony has a new one out to radio, Ain't Looking for Love. And basically, the title of the song tells it like it is. It sets up
Mm,
a scenario in the beginning of the song with buying drinks for strangers just to talk each other's ears off. I ain't here for love, and he's um still hungover from the last goodbye. I thought that was a great line in that
Great
song.
lyric.
Also, yes, and then half drunk conversation is just fine for him because he ain't there looking for love tonight. I like it's nice and smooth. It's the pace of the song is just perfect, and of course the music and then his voice topping everything off. So that's out to radio. Palmer Anthony. Ain't looking for love. Okay, get ready for this one. We're gonna open the tap room door for Cameron James Smith and Small Town, Texas. Cameron James Smith, Small Town, Texas. I love everything about this song. Lyrics are so relatable to so many people. I like one of the things that I like the most is it's making the big city boys jealous. Just so many good lines in this song. And of course, we picked up on Cameron with his first couple of other releases that came
Yeah.
out, Two Left Feet and Heart Belongs in Texas. That one was the one that got my attention from the beginning. So he's continually coming up, putting out really consistent, solid songs, especially great Texas country songs. And I think I noticed too where he's been out hitting some radio stations, doing the
Mm.
radio tour thing. So hopefully we can get Cameron on the podcast in the near future and visit with him. I'd like to get to know him a little bit better because I certainly am liking the music that he's putting out.
Yeah, it sounds so pro, and the melodies in that tune are just like incredible. It's like quirky. He's got these like kind of like it's like playful and creative, and I'm blown away. That song is
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
I
One
honestly,
tailgate. Yeah. When one tailgate away from the time of your life.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm honestly kind of mad that you beat me to that one because that song is incredible. Okay,
It's so funny when that happens.
yeah. All right, moving on. We'll keep the tap room doors open, and this is a brand new name for the podcast. We've never talked about him before. His name's Caleb Joseph, and the song is called "Am I a Cowboy?" This is a perfect example of a young artist, hungry, working hard, doing their reach outs, trying to make connections, networking, hitting me up on Instagram and me listening to the record, thinking it's awesome. And now we're playing it and talking about it on the podcast.
Yes, one of the best of the week.
Yeah,
Very, very wonderful. Great song.
very cool. And I went and did a little dive on Caleb's stuff. It looks like he's been putting out music since 2020, but the same reason you guys are listening to this podcast, Helen and I just love
Mm.
learning about new music and sharing it with people. So really excited about this. And Caleb's been consistently, contacting, and we've been staying in touch about his new release. And this is actually a 4-song EP that he put out to streaming today. So look up Caleb Joseph. I just really like how the story progresses. The song gets more dynamic and kind of builds as it goes, and then it drops out with that like dramatic kind of eerie ending. I really like the use of the mandolin. The storyline's very cool and interesting. It's unique. So just I don't know, all around impressed with
Yeah.
Caleb. So,
And he keeps the song going all the way till the end.
yep.
Yeah, that's one of those you don't even though it's the instrumental at the end, it's like you just still hang on to every single note.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. And the next up, Keller Cox just released another new one to streaming. It's called Shooting Stars and Whiskey. This is just another Keller Cox song, super catchy throughout, like we're bound to expect from him at this point. I love the kind of like naive couple, almost like high school love story theme that he paints with
Mhm.
the lyrics. The harmonies kind of add to that vibe. And I think that's my favorite part about the tune. It's just these like super simple, not super, processed, verbed out vocals, just kind of raw and there and in your face, and you can hear both of them singing very clearly. Um, Also, the chorus has this kind of like rushed feel where it's just a lot of words coming at you, and it almost feels like it adds an importance to like the love that they're feeling, like they just want to go, chase the shooting stars out in the field with a bottle of Jack Daniels. And so,
Yes.
really cool, very thoughtful from Keller as always. And then last up this week, this one actually came out last week and it just didn't make the cut for me, but Flatland Cavalry, Mornings with You, featuring Caitlin Butts. We love a Cleto and Caitlin duet. It's just
Mhm.
it's like a staple in Texas country now these days. And it's also, this is my favorite release so far from their upcoming album that's due later this month. It's just a super simple, blissful waltz. It's a dancing song with a really powerful message, and it happens to be incredibly relatable to me and my lady. We, the mornings, I work from home, she works in the office, and the mornings are really important to us every day of the year. So I'm sure that a
Oh,
lot of people
sweet.
can relate on that as well. So
My thing is, it's just, it, don't talk to me before coffee. I have to get a little
yeah,
bit of coffee before we can have that moment. I'm
that's
serious.
yeah.
I'm just I am not and I think a lot of it is because I spent so many mornings by myself for so many
Mm,
years. And
yeah,
what
that
I
makes
mean
sense.
by that is everybody was sleeping when I left and went to work, and nobody was at the radio station when I got there, so it was quiet. I prepped for my show. I did 4 full hours full on,
Mm.
and then I was ready to talk, and I think it's kind of I don't know. I think we
It's
need to name whatever I have, some kind of something going on. It's like,
that's funny. Yeah,
welcome to the real world where you wake up
yeah.
with real people.
Yeah, I mean, a pointer out there for any guys or gals, I guess whichever one of you is a more of a morning person. If you wake up and take coffee to your partner in bed, they're gonna just be a lot happier to start the day out.
Oh, see, there's okay. I'm gonna have to make a note of that. Oh, Captain Ron, you need to learn some little pointers from Kyle.
That's funny. Okay, we
Okay.
talk about the charts and more of the music creations. I was talking with them actually this week, and they've got a couple more artist pieces in the works for us. If you're just joining the podcast, if for some reason you're new here, hello, thanks for joining us. But also, more of the music creations, really good friends of ours. They're another awesome Texas company, and they take guitar strings from Texas country artists. And specifically, what we're talking about now is they take guitar strings from guests that we've had on the show and make a one of one jewelry set that we'll be selling on our website to benefit a good cause. You can go to morethanmusiccreations.com, check that out, learn all about um, their mission and what they do. But yeah, they're really cool. They've got sets for our good friends Bree Bagwell, the Wilder Blue, I think Randy Rogers, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
Pat Green. But
That
it's
green.
it's yeah, super cool. So go check it out, morethanmusiccreations.com. They're great people, and get you some I guess some gifts for the holidays. I mean, everything's super affordable for like such a unique
It is,
product.
and
It's handcrafted.
that's what I was gonna say, to think that what that jewelry's made of, where it came from, who has touched it, and the music that's been played. I mean,
Hmm.
I just look at the whole story behind it,
Yeah,
and then what it benefits, there's a purpose behind it. To heck with, getting on Amazon and ordering jewelry because their prices are very reasonable. And I
right.
I love all the pieces. They have so many pieces, it's hard to decide. Okay, so we will look at the charts now. CD Extraction Texas number 5 this week is Cody Johnson's The Painter. Randy Rogers Band, know that by now, came in at number 4. Mike Ryan's Loser stayed at 3. Turnpike Troubadour stayed at 2 with Chipping Mill. And We Ain't the Only One stayed at number 1 on CD Extraction Texas. Looking at the Texas country music chart.
One
Oh,
of them.
yeah, I want to tell you. I gotta tell you. This is so cool. For this week on the Texas Country Music Chart, we're going to look at new on the chart and debuting in the top 100 this week. Chad Cook Band debuted in the top 100. We talked about Same Place twice
Like
last week
25 or something.
at little 61. Ty
Mm.
Smith did so good. He's at 77. Ben
Wow.
McPeak, we talked about Intoxicating,
Hmm.
debuted high. Chase Croucher, Houston, We Got a Problem, that great song we talked about last week. And I'm so happy to see Zeb Rogers really moving up with Red Dirt Heart because I really enjoyed that song. And I just wanted to make a mention of that. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And who was oh yeah, and also Chasers, let me double check on this. Houston, We Got a Problem was song of the week this week for the Texas Country Music Chart.
Very cool.
Number 5 on this chart this week. Big jump for James Land from 12 to 5 here with you.
Oh
Randy
wow.
Rogers Band, know that by now, went from 5 to 4. Mike Ryan held number 1 last week. He went to 3 with Loser. Cody Johnson up to number 2 from number 4 with The Painter. And Turnpike Troubadours Chipping Mill is number 1 on the Texas Country Music Chart for this week. Texas Regional Radio Report number 5 is Randy Rogers Band's, know that by now. Mike Ryan was 1. He's at number 4 with Loser. Come Back to Bed, Love and Chaos, number 3. They're
Hey,
doing it. They're
damn, they're
doing
getting there.
it. James Land, he's at number 2 here with you. And Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen back up to number 1 with We Ain't the Only Ones. So that's a look at the charts for this week, the top 5 on those. And there's a
Very
lot of
nice.
other great music underneath those, not to take anything away from any songs that get on the charts because these charts are competitive and there is some music makers going out there in Texas country music. It's just amazing.
Yep, yep. I wanted to talk about all the stuff we've got coming up and all the guests we've had on recently. And this is just like we've talked about over the past few weeks, but this is the time of year where it's just insane for us. Like it's funny the routine looking back over the years now, where it's like certain months I'm kind of like grasping at straws trying to get the calendar full. And right now we literally have 10 people scheduled with a couple backlogged. So it's like
And in a whole nother list like this that
of
we got to,
people who we just have to make room for to get on the schedule. Yeah.
yes.
So
I love
I
it.
mean, yeah, we had Rye Wolf on a couple weeks ago. We had Ty Smith on this week. And if you're not familiar with him by now, then you must not actually be paying attention because we talk about him pretty much every week. He's
Mhm.
literally 15 years old, writing songs like he's lived a full 50-year-old life. It's outstanding, phenomenal. So check that one out. Next week, we've got a really cool one with Stop Brothers. Then we've got people like Randall King, Juliana Rankin, Brandon Ryder. We've got Linda Wilson from TCMA coming on the week right
Yes,
before the
sweet
awards.
Linda. Yes.
And then we'll do a recap of the award show right after, like we do every year. That'll be up on YouTube from the red carpet. So oh man, you said Chaser Crouch. We've got him coming. Braxton Heath's coming on. Um, it's just exciting. We're
It
pretty
is
much booked
exciting.
up through the rest of the year. So very
And I
cool.
want yes, and please, if you haven't been tuning in, go catch up on the podcast. That's a great thing about podcasts because it's not one and done. It's there forever. You
Yep.
can go back and listen to it. But I really, really want to encourage everyone to tune in and listen and take time to research and get to know the Stout Brothers because I look for great things from them and they were so much fun. And then when that old school band name got dropped on me, that was one of my
Oh yeah.
favorites back in the early 2000s. I was like, I knew these were my
You're
guys. I
leaving
knew it.
breadcrumbs. I like that. Now they're gonna have to tune in and
Yes.
see who you're talking about.
I just knew there was some outside of meeting their cousin, outside of that, because I'd already seen their names in anyway. So yeah, but when that name got dropped, I was like, that's why my ear picked up on them. That's
Yep.
why.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because they're awesome. That song Misery
They're
is
awesome.
so
They are
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So keep an eye out. Check that one out on Tuesday when it drops, and then keep an eye out for their record. Crazy times. I also, while I'm thinking about it, wanted to let everyone know if they're interested, if you're in the Houston area, I'm playing a show myself at Dosey Do on
Okay. All
November.
right. Okay, pick me. I want to hear. I want to hear all about it. I thought, are you doing that whole? I'm gonna let you talk about it. I'm
Yeah,
excited for
yeah.
you. I
Well,
saw it.
so
You didn't. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what it is. I know it's some kind of battle of the bands, but I don't know if Dosey Do is putting on the festival, but essentially it's a battle of the bands. You just go play. I think there's probably like 30 bands playing it, but the night that I'm playing, there's four. It's me and four other bands. Tickets are $10. It's November 11th, or sorry, November 8th at Dosey Do, which is a Wednesday night. Uh, awesome venue. If you're in the Houston area and you've never been there,
Yeah,
that's
it's
more than
awesome.
enough reason just to come out, just to see the place. but tickets are $10, super cheap. And basically, I think they select 2 winners from all the bands that play to play this festival called Biggest Texas Fest, which is a brand new festival that's going to be, I think, in May of next year.
Gonna be huge.
Massive.
Huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been hearing about that, rumblings about the event for a long time. But like I said, I'm not sure if Dosido's putting on the event, or I'm sure there's a lot of hands in the pot. But either way,
There's
if
a lot of
Dosido's
hands.
involved,
Mhm.
it's going to be a massive thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, but come out, support your boy Kyle.
I'm so
I'm gonna,
excited.
yeah, I'll
I'm
have a
so
band.
excited.
It's gonna be cool. I think we get to play for like 30, 45 minutes. I'm getting to give it all we got, and I think it's like judge voted, so
Mhm.
should be fun. Looking forward to that one.
Yes, I am too. I'm excited for you. I'm excited
Yeah.
for that whole thing. And yeah, we'll have to keep up and get more information on that festival because it's going to be a big, big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wait, is that
that's such
is that the week before the award show?
what your
The awards is on the 12th, right?
yes,
Oh
that would
man,
be
you
the
guys are,
Wednesday.
yeah, y'all are gonna have to come into town. I'll get you a place to stay. Y'all come into town and come to the show,
See,
and then
I'm
just head on
thinking
up to
about
Fort
that.
Worth.
Mhm. Mhm. My mind was already clicking on that.
Cool.
Yeah, and if and then I don't know, Kyle, depending on how the situation works out with that personal stuff I have
Hmm.
going on, you may end up having to be driving Miss Helen if
Oh,
they
true,
travel
true.
together.
Okay,
If he's not if Ron's not recovered yet from that.
we'll make it
Oh
work.
no.
Honestly, I probably have to go to Houston anyways to pick up my buddy Shelton. He's gonna be helping us out on the carpet, so
All right. Okay.
we'll make it
Sorry,
work.
y'all. We're just making plans. We're making
Yeah,
plans.
whatever.
Sorry, we have a whole audience out there.
It's all good. They're here for the cause.
Hmm.
What do you got going on this weekend? You look bundled up. It's real weird. It's like feels amazing
I just
outside.
got
I'm living the
I got a
dream.
I have a thicker long sleeve shirt on because the plan was I pulled my rain gear out because after the storm blew in and the rain kind of stopped here, and so the some of the guys stopped by and they were like, um, yeah, they're fishing right now,
Hmm.
but I can still just go straight to the boat ramp and jump on the boat, which if they're catching now, I may do that.
Oh, you let them just get a head start and feel it out for you.
No, well, we had this to do and I had some other stuff to take care of. So I was being responsible, not being negligent and saying,
Got it.
I'll
Got it.
drop everything and go fishing. No. So
All right. Well, I guess go catch some fish now. I'm gonna do
I
maybe
guess
nothing this afternoon
I
because it's
know.
that kind of
I
weather.
know. I know it is. I guess what I did today, they call that adulting. I'm finally
Hmm.
adulting.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I was in line at the DMV for
Oh, poor thing.
some BS trying to figure something out. And I was there for like 45 minutes and they called 3 of the 25 people in front of me. So I said nope.
Mm-mm.
And I'll I'll try again probably a handful more times before I get done what I'm trying to get done. So
Right. Hey,
oh
good
man.
luck with that.
Maybe I
Good
just
luck
need to
with that.
drive out to like, I remember I got my license at the Hempstead
Did you
DPS
really?
when I turned 16 and we walked in, there was a single person in there. It took like 12 minutes. Okay, well, this has been a bumpy one. Few
This has been
interruptions here and there, but
I'm
we
sorry,
made
Kyle
it.
and I just Kyle and I don't get to talk very often, like just talk. It's like we're just
Yeah, we're
letting
just
it
catching up on
fly.
life. But I'm gonna watch I'm going to, how do you say that? I'm ashamed to admit that I will be watching my first full Astros game all
Well,
year on
yeah,
Saturday.
well, you stay busy. So
Yeah.
I've watched as much as I could, but I'm not like
Yeah, I know.
faithfully because this was a busy summer.
Right.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was
you
just
were
the
way
summer
less
was really
involved than you have
busy.
been the previous two
Hmm.
years. So,
So
but that's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I got nothing to do all weekend, and I'm gonna watch some baseball, and I'm gonna chill out, and I'm going to enjoy the I guess early winter weather. It's still what, not 80 degrees,
yeah,
85 degrees outside, but
yeah. But at least it's just not brutal anymore.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, good
Next
stuff
week
coming up.
I'll be talking to you from Chicago.
Oh wow. Oh, it'll definitely be cold there.
Yeah, it's cooler up
For
there.
sure. For sure.
Why do you think I'm going?
Okay.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.